Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hobb. It is Sunday, July 6, 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, happy July 4th weekend if you're still celebrating, and I hope that the weather is good and that you're having a wonderful time. For those of you, of course, in the States, I just realized I have international listeners. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it so much. If you're new to this podcast, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share if you are on YouTube and connect with this podcast today. And also check out my website at lisahobb.com. It is all about my work, and you can schedule an appointment from anywhere because appointments are not only in person in New Jersey, but also through Zoom and telephone. So check it out and email me at serendityharbor@verizon.net if you have any questions about my services. For those of you who are joining me every week and are consistent listeners, thank you so much. I just appreciate and love you all. I hope that you'll keep listening and that you'll keep sharing as well to help others along their journey, to help all of us along this journey of life. I also want to tell you I'm on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hobb. Please follow there. And I'm also on Facebook under business page Lisa M. Hobb, Spiritual Coach and Medium. So I have to say the topic was a little bit more challenging for me to come up with this week because there's various topics I could have gone with quite easily. But I went with one that spoke to me this weekend. And so whenever I'm working on something and I learn from it, I just automatically share it with my clients and with all of you, because what helps me, I know will help you. And the best teacher is the best student, and I'm a student of life, and I love reinforcement of what I'm learning. And because it's necessary for the reprogramming of our subconscious mind. Now, I've spoken to you about this mind before. This subconscious mind, it rules 95% of your life. The 5% is your conscious mind. Yes, just 5%. So when we want to change our lives, we have to go in and reprogram the 95%. And it fights because it's habitual. It's addictive, honestly. I believe it was Dr. Joe Dispenza that aligns the repetitive programming of the subconscious mind and it's really forming our personalities to someone who is addicted on drugs or alcohol or shopping or sex or anything that may be an habitual habit like that. And even the physical, like being addicted to drugs, you're addicted and playing off and living off the 95% of your subconscious mind. And this subconscious mind was programmed before you were 7 years old. By the environment around you, by the people around you, by what you heard, by what you processed as a little one. And then it's added to along. It is added to with triggers, with memories. And what I mean by memories is the memories reinforce it, because not all of our memories are good. We replay probably most of them aren't. We replay our past and the emotions to our past over and over and over again, and then we create it into our future. So we're living the same lives and wondering, why life isn't serving us better sometimes. It's not serving us better because we keep recreating what truly, if we had to have a choice, would say, I don't want. Now, some memories, of course, are good ones. We go right to them, don't you? I was thinking of this morning, of my son. He loves to recreate the positive memories of the holidays, of snow days, those are wonderful memories for him. And I'm so grateful that I gave those memories to him, because it gives him comfort. It gives him security. It gives him joy. And so who witnessed me baking on snow days now bakes. And I love that. I love it because it's a wonderful memory. It's a good memory. But again, most of our memories are not good ones, are not pleasant ones. They are when someone hurt us, when a boss or a teacher. I had an instance with a teacher that didn't speak to me in a kind way in front of everyone. So you had that humiliation. They just honestly verbally attacked me. And I've worked on that, so that I have to, though I've worked on that, I have to watch for that, something in my life to not trigger that again. Now, it may not come up as a memory. It may come up as a similar memory that is all connected to each other. So for instance, if you have a situation where you've felt humiliated, another situation may come up where you feel humiliated, but it's really tied to that first humiliation, or when they're all interconnected, A to B to C to D. So what is best to do, is really optimum to do, is to go in and forgive every person who's ever done that, especially the first one, and to forgive yourself for whatever part you might have played in it, even if you're not sure you played a part in it, right? Because it probably happened because, and I want to word this carefully, it very well may have happened because that's what you're used to experiencing. So you have to forgive yourself for being a part of the experience. And people get so caught up, my clients do, and sometimes personal relationships get so caught up in, but if you forgive someone, aren't you letting it go? Aren't you letting them off the hook? You're letting yourself off the hook by the forgiveness. You're healing you. It's a private matter. It's a quiet matter. It's an anonymous matter. It doesn't exonerate them in the outside physical world. Now, can it? Because we're all connected by energy, yes, but not in that verbal, material, matter way. It's really, again, inside. And inside is where all change starts, all manifestation starts. It has to start on the inside. You get who you are in life, not what you deserve, but who you are. Now, karmically, there are consequences. So yes, when I say about you get what you deserve, of course, if you're going to do something that requires a reaction to it, an answer to it, yes, that does happen. But I'm talking about in everyday life, when you have good intentions, when you're trying to give yourself a better life, you get who you are. So people who win the lottery are already inside of themselves lottery winners. People who receive respect from others have already felt that respect on the inside. And so there has to be that inside equation before you see it on the outside. And I always say this, the physical is always last. So on to the topic today of the morning routine for manifestation, for creating your life, because you're creating your life anyway, listeners, whether you're consciously doing it or not. So it's important to know what you can do to start your day out running for the best, to start yourself however possible in that alignment for you to receive the most positive results, the happiest results, the most powerful results. So I had to come to this understanding because I'm a bit of a who does what and do they do all it alike? Is there a manual? Now I know, and if you listened before, and hopefully those who are new will go back and listen to previous podcasts because they're great reinforcements. But in the past, I've spoken to you about how the millionaires, and perhaps, and I know some billionaires, I always say the real ones, the ones who are more spiritually based and all, they have a routine. And they have a morning routine. And their morning routine is generally to rise early and to format into their early routine, eating right, exercise, meditation, reading books. Warren Buffett, I believe he reads like 400 pages a day, he has said. It is said, he has said. And so, that's so important. Why? Because you're reinforcing your learning. Bob Proctor, who actually this weekend, his would have been, if you were still on earth, 91. A great teacher. Heavenly happy birthday, Bob. I adore him. He, from heaven, is still a guide to us here. He still is doing his work as he did on this side of the veil, and appreciation, boundless appreciation. But he was also big about reading. He had his Think and Grow Rich book that was gifted to him. It's a little thing, little pocket version, and he would open it every day and read from it. When he did videos, he would have it by his side. So very important. Reinforce, reinforce, reinforce. It just promotes the best in life and would promote love among these spiritual masters, to see, to feel everyone reading. And reading is really about what reinforces your life. That's what we're talking about. Not necessarily, of course, if you want to read romance novels, do that. But we're talking about the manuals, the books, the transcripts that reinforce manifestation, that reinforce better habits, that reinforce happiness, that reinforce letting go, forgiveness, inner work. That's what we're talking about here. Also, you can read financial books if you want to reinforce that part of your life. It's about getting you up a level. It's about making a greater version of yourself. That's what we're talking about with the reading. So I got a bit kind of blocked up myself about what's the best thing to do, because even an Olympic athlete will get up and they'll do their workout routine first. They'll do things first before they eat, before they visualize, because all medal winners are visualizing, okay? And so I was like, oh, I've got to do that way, don't I then? Don't I have to get up and meditate first? And I just couldn't first because my stomach would growl. It would growl through the meditation. So I was like, no, I've got to eat first so that my brain isn't going to the stomach. And I just found out that it's all right. It's not one set routine. Thank goodness, because this Lisa couldn't do that. Just couldn't. And so what I do first lately is that I get up first and I do what is best to start my day. To start my day in alignment, to start with the best possible feelings. And it's individual. And I am telling you today to think about what makes you feel your best, but it is best to give you time. So if you're one that has a 9-to-5 job or an 8-to-4 job, or you have to give yourself more time in the morning to be able to line up that day before you head into those set hours. If you're someone who's a parent or a grandparent that is responsible for the raising of others, or perhaps a spouse responsible for the raising of others. That was a joke. It is important to give yourself that quiet time before, if you can pull it off, before the other people are near you. Or if not, train them to understand that mom, wife, husband, or grandmother is now doing this time for herself, and I'll be to you in a second. All right. So there has to be that quality time in the beginning. So before I rise up, I'm starting the gratitude. Before I even get out of bed, I am putting my hand on my heart. I am breathing in and out. I am sending love, compassion, gratitude to myself. I'm excited about my new day. And then I send it out to others. I send it out. I honestly don't send it out so much to people I know personally. I send it out to the state, the country, the neighborhood, the world. I spread it around. I do that. I just like it. It just feels good. And then I get up and I use the bathroom. And I do the normal routine of in the bathroom, not a shower yet or a bath, just, brushing the teeth and all. And I look myself in the mirror and I say, I love you, Lisa. I really, really love you. And then I start immediately congratulating myself on what I've achieved, whether I've achieved it or not yet. I'm manifesting in that mirror. Awesome job. Income is increasing every day. You are helping people heal and transform in increasing amounts. You've done this, you've done that. All of this, I'm talking in the mirror. It's brief. It's not a short amount of time. It's just a little wonderful rant into the mirror. It's moments. Then I've started doing this because it adds to my calm, happy place. I have vegetable plants, just 2 lines, short ones, not a very small garden. So I immediately put on slip-on shoes, still in I'm sharing a private moment with you guys, still not dressed for the day. I have a private backyard. So I go out and I fill up my watering container with a little, with the nozzle, all of that. And I go to my plants and I water them. It's quiet. The birds are chirping. I'm happy. Yes, it's daylight. I suppose you could do it at dusk if you wanted to, but I'm doing it at daylight. And I'm talking to the plants and I'm thanking them because the peppers are coming in and I'm happy. And I spend, again, just moments. It's probably no more than 10 minutes at the most. I don't time it. But I start my day in that quiet repose. And then I go inside and I have breakfast. And I understand the healthiest breakfast is very important. I'm not starting out with sugar. I'll leave that to you to decide. I do not start out with donuts or syrups, or though you can have healthy syrups. What I'm saying is I don't start out with large amount of carbs. I eat healthfully. I eat grains. I really am more plant-based, though I will have occasional seafood. But I'm really studying that. We're turning into a world that is more plant-based. And so I am as well. I'm just being called. They're pulling me in. So I'm always researching what's the best breakfast to have. What's the most powerful breakfast that starts my day off right. Blue Zone diet, is one. But any Mediterranean, plant-based diet, anything that eliminates more processed foods is the way to go. And I have grown so much personally, again, just sharing with you guys more intimately today. I now have an aversion to a lot of commercials that promote fast food, that promote anything that is not ideal. I actually have a physical aversion to it now because my body understands that it's not what it's wanting. And it's just not good for us. But please know that we're all in our place. So this is not a statement to make you feel bad if you go through Chick-fil-A. You just won't see me there unless somebody is in the back making me go through. I always say, if you see me in that line, most likely there is something being forced. But that's a joke, right? I've been carjacked or something. And so, no, it just is not occurring for me because it's not what my body needs and it's not what my body desires. So then I eat a healthy breakfast. Then what do? I have three things that I mix up. And I found out it's okay to mix it up. You don't have to meditate first. You don't have to journal first. You don't have to read first. So I'll mix it up. What do I feel like doing now? But all three of them are going to be done before I start my day. And so sometimes it is a meditation. Now, some people meditate hours. I can't. This is who I am. And this is not to give you the excuse here, but it's all right to meditate just 10 to 15 minutes a day. There are some spiritual manifesting teachers that will just center in for 5 minutes. And what they're doing is they are feeling and picturing their ideal day. I take about 15 minutes. Some of that is just getting into the feeling, the lightness, the letting go of making sure I'm in what Dr. Joe Dispenza would call space. Which isn't space that's black. It's space that is outside of your body. And then from that place, I will start to see visions. Sometimes I get surprised by what I see. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, okay. It's like my guides or my inner self is promoting activities and things. Like ideas. The ideas come then, the creativity comes. But if not, I'll see an ideal life and I will affirm it. Now, some have said, I have seen, some teachers just say affirmations don't work, don't do affirmations. My personal opinion, poppycock, right? No, they're a good reinforcement. They work best with feeling. If you're affirming, I am wealthy, but you're feeling poor, it negates the affirmation. So getting into meditation gets you into a place of feeling abundance, of letting go of fear, of letting go of feelings of lack. Then you feel it. You see the pictures. This is just a, example of wealth. You see the pictures. You feel the feelings. I'm so happy and grateful to be wealthy. Look at this. I'm flying this way. I'm visiting this place. I'm helping others. It is good to affirm it in your thoughts and in your words while you're feeling it and while you're seeing it. All right? So sometimes I meditate first. Sometimes I read first. I read a few pages, generally no more than 30 minutes, sometimes less. And it makes me feel good. And it's reinforcing, reaffirming. And then I journal, or I'll throw in a journal first. I get out my notepad. Usually start out with Bob Proctor's. Lately, I'm starting out this way with Bob Proctor's affirmation. I am so happy and grateful now to be receiving. Now, if it's money, I am so happy and grateful now to be receiving money in multiple quantities. In multiple quantities. Sorry. No. Let me start over, and I don't want to restart this podcast. So Bob Proctor will say, I'm so happy and grateful now. And then you put in what you want. When it comes to money, I am so happy and grateful now to be receiving money in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. I'll repeat it for you. I am so happy and grateful now to be receiving money in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. So whatever I feel drawn to write, I start, and then I start journaling. Sometimes it's often gratitude for what I've received and what I want to receive. What do I have? Whether I currently physically have it or not. And then I'll journal. It's usually 2 pages. It's not a lot, but sometimes I flow and go more than a couple. So I spend that time. Now see, a lot of this can be done within an hour or less. But you don't have to give it a certain amount of time. You don't have to say 10 minutes for this, 10 minutes for that, 10 minutes for this. But it is so important because what it does is it starts you out empowered. It starts you out positive. It starts you out aligned with what you want. And when you get what you're aligned with. So if you start out stubbing your toe, you go, I knew it. This is how my day goes. Or if you start out hating your job in the morning, you don't want to go in. Your job's going to show you to hate your job. So you want to start out with gratitude, with focusing on what you truly want. If it's a better job, I have a better job. This is the hours. This is how I want to serve. This is what I'd like. All of that, and you keep affirming it until you see it. Now that's when divine timing comes in. Sometimes it's got to line up because it involves other people. Sometimes you're not fully ready for what you are affirming. So you have to have patience. You have to have patience because it could take moments, days, weeks, years. Now, I am all about coming up, helping people to transform their lives, not just manifesting things. With that said, I just manifested a thing. So thank you, universe. So what I did, and I do this, I've done this a couple times regarding a thing, is that I asked for a thing. I visualized a thing. I said, thank you, universe, for giving me the ability to have the thing. But then I prepared for plan B. It would be all right for now to have this thing, which is not the exact thing, but another version of the thing. Okay? And I go in prepared with paperwork for plan B, even though I've asked for, affirmed, visualized plan A. So, yes, it happened. Not only did I get plan A, but it worked out better than plan B would have worked out for. And it's illogical. It doesn't make sense. It turned out so good. So the universe stepped in and gave me all that I needed to have plan A. So have I learned to knock it off? I have. But what I was doing by going with plan B is not to put pressure on plan A. It's like, this would be nice. I would like to have this. This is the color, all of this. But I didn't want to put pressure on it. So I said it would be all right if it works out this way for now. But the universe, and hey, maybe that's what happened. Is that my plan B helped it to work out for plan A. But we want to make sure that we are doing it for that reason. And not because we doubt plan A. Doubt stall. Not thinking you're worthy stalls. Not thinking you deserve stall. Guilt, unforgiveness, lack of love stalls. So we don't want to do anything to stall. So I got the alignment I wanted. I'm a very happy person today. So look at what you're thinking. Look at what you're feeling. Especially look at what you're saying. I met someone the other day, wonderful person. They introduced themselves to me. Love it. First things out of their mouth, I think I'm cursed. And I said to this new acquaintance, stranger, really, new acquaintance, no, don't talk like that. You're not, or, I'm paraphrasing, that what you hear someone saying that you're cursed is what you've chosen to believe. That's what I said to them. Don't believe it. There's something more going on. There's a larger picture. There's blessings going on. Because honestly, what they thought, how they thought they were cursed, I was thinking, well, that's not so bad. But of course, I'm not judging them for thinking that they're like what's happening is curse worthy or curse aligned. I just immediately went to, okay, you thought that was a curse, but the person's still on earth. The person's still living. The person's still viable, and so it's like I go right to the blessings because that's how I'm programmed to do, because that's honestly what we're here to get to. The heart, the blessings, what's really going on, the growth, the expansion. So in our brief little interaction, which was truly seconds, when they left, they were very happy to have talked to me, and there very well could be a continuation that occurs. Seems that way. And so it's very important not to believe everything you hear, and to watch what you feel and to think, because you are literally creating your future. If this person doesn't watch it, they're going to get evidence that they're cursed. They probably are. And we don't want that, do we? Of course not. Of course we don't. But again, 95% of our consciousness is ruling the roost. And so we have to overcome it. And we overcome it step by step, moment to moment, day by day. You can't overcome it instantly, even if you feel you did. It's still there. And again, because it's an addiction, that 95%, the addictive habits, the addictive things that you do, the addictive way you live your life in just the same thing for the most part every day or every year, and not thinking about it, just going along with it. You have to be conscious. But also, anything, let's take it, if it's a physical addiction, the body fights against you. I remember, a long time ago now, 14 years ago, I had tremendous pain and was given pain medication, and I didn't like the feeling of it, so I cold turkeyed myself off of it. My body responded. It was like, no, you took something away that we liked. This body liked. And so, oh my goodness, I will never, ever let that happen again. Oh, wow. Shakes. It was just it was a challenge. And that's not even the best word. It was nightmarish for me. So anyone who's been through that and got through that, and anyone who got through that, wow. Just big time, big part of yourself. Well done. There are people that know me that think I'm a hero for how I did that. But it was just like, no, I don't want this like crazy phasey feeling anymore, this out of body feeling anymore. I don't like it. I'd rather have the pain. So, whoa, shake, literally. And so, I really thought I was going to pass away from it. That's how bad it was. And that's not an exaggeration. So, to an aligned way, your body might not get shakes or any physical symptoms, but that subconscious mind doesn't like when you try to change yourself because it's used to being the lead. So it will give you thoughts and feelings to try and stop you, such as, oh, you can start tomorrow. It's all right. You don't have to exercise today. Yes, remember this memory where that person humiliated you? I'd like you to remember that right now. So I'm giggling about it, but it's true. It's true. The subconscious memory will fight for itself. But we're here on this earth right now to understand that we're supposed to overcome it. And some of us have the subconscious mind, not just from this life, from what was passed down to us from our ancestors. There are still people fighting in this country the Civil War. All right? It's embedded in them. It's like it's embedded in their DNA. And so overcoming that has to be conscious. It has to be, I see what you're doing and I'm not participating this time. Because just because you come up with an excuse, it's not you, again, it's your subconscious mind, doesn't mean that it's the right one for you. So you have to be conscious of it. So push forward, push through it, like someone who has to push through to the other side of a new habit or a new way of life or cold turkey from a pill. Push through, because when you push through to the other side, that's when you have new body, new subconscious mind, new life, new love, new health, new love. Everything you can have. You're an unlimited being. The subconscious mind will say to you that's not true. You're unlimited. You're capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to. You see? So start your morning with that routine of we're starting off. And if you get off during the day, you get back on. Because we can have moments where a coworker says something, a boss says something. In my case, maybe a client says something, or somebody else, and then we're off. We're off track. Then you get back on track again, and you remind yourself with feeling. You can do it in the moment. You don't have to go into meditation. You just remind yourself in the moment, no, that is not what is occurring. This is how I want to feel. This is the truth, not that. And when you do that on a consistent basis, 21 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you're going to see change happen around you, because your subconscious mind will start to give up its power to you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you connected with that. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. Again, please be sure to check out my website at lisahop.com. And also always think about scheduling an appointment. I'm going to be expanding what I do to work with people on a more consistent basis, one-on-one. Very excited about that. Actually, this weekend I'm working on a new certification that I'll be offering, finishing a course. And so very important to know that there are resources and help out there for you along this journey. Read, meditate, live in the moment, laugh, enjoy life. It's so very important. Thank you again. Many blessings, and I'll talk to you next time.